Hey guys, it's me again. I just wanted to do a quick update. I haven't done an update at all or told you how I got to this point and I'm at right now. So I just wanted to do that. So I applied the first day the applications opened, which was January 26th. And I instantly went to in progress, but because I'm currently a cast member at a Disney store and I was in progress for about two weeks, almost 3 weeks. And I hadn't gotten my web-based interview, my WBI yet. And I was freaking out because I'm like, oh great, well there goes that. And I kind of had given up on the whole DCP thing. Just because it's like, you know what? All these other people are getting their phone interviews who applied the same day I did, and I haven't heard anything. And I had emailed recruiting, and they kind of gave me a roundabout answer. And then I had called recruiting like a week later, and they gave me the same roundabout answer. So I'm like, whatever, it's just not going to happen. So I kind of gave up for a while. I did get the invitation to a phone interview. I think I didn't get the web-based interview, which I was totally cool with. I said, I never got one this round, which I thought was weird. And then I realized, well, if I'm already with the company, why would I take a quiz or a test to see if I'm right for the company? So I got to skip that. And I got the invitation for a phone-based interview. And I originally scheduled it for the 27th of February, which is today actually. But then I checked like a few days later to see if I could get it sooner, and I could get it for the next day. So my phone interview was on February 16th, and it went well, I feel like, with the exception that my phone kept going. So, I totally missed my interviewer's name, which I was very upset about. And I was so nervous I didn't ask her to say, I'm sorry, could you repeat that? But otherwise I feel it went well. They did focus a lot about your past experience. That's the biggest thing I've heard from the differences of what it used to be to what it is now. They ask a lot more about your job experience. And they ask, instead of what are your top 3 roles, they said, what are some roles that you feel you're most qualified for? I did take notes, and my suggestion would be to, on your notes, I use note cards because that's just how I roll, and I taped them up on my wall and then some on my desk. Pick your top 3 roles, and then write like a few reasons of why you're qualified for it. So like link your past experience to what you could do in that role. For example, my top role is the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique in the Pirates League. And at the Disney store, it's not necessarily like, oh, dress them up like a princess. But I had other things where like I did drama stuff in high school, and there is some stuff at Disney that I can use now. And so I feel like that really helped me get across why I'm qualified for it. And she asked me a lot about it, which I thought was a good sign. I didn't get many questions about merchandising, which I was happy with because I'm going to do the college program. I don't want to get there and have to do the same thing I do here, if that makes sense, just because I want to just try something else. I want to try other areas of the business. I definitely want to stick with Disney, and so I want to experience other roles too. But my top 3 roles are Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique and Pirates League, character attendant, and attractions. And she asked me a lot about Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique and Pirates League. And then she asked me 1 or 2 situational questions with the character attendant. And it's a lot of, well, what would you do if there was a shy child? Like, that's a huge deal with a lot of different roles, because a lot of roles require that the children like to do the things. And if they're scared to meet a character or they don't want to get their makeup done, how do you fix that kind of thing? So definitely be prepared for that kind of stuff. I found a lot of stuff. Some other friends who had done their phone interviews gave me tips, but then I was also look on like Tumblr, Google, YouTube. Check those places for it, because there's so much information out there, and it really helps a lot to prepare for it. And definitely have notes. Get your interviewer's name. don't be like me. Get your interviewer's name. I'm still waiting to hear back. It's the 27th of February. About 15 out of my 50 friends I've made through the college program Facebook page have been accepted. So I highly recommend getting on the Facebook pages and getting on a Google Hangout. That's a huge deal. And yes, it is going to stink if your friends don't make it in. I will warn you right now. That's horrible. Like, I've been a bipolar wreck, basically. I joined the Hangouts back in October. And so I had 3 months or 2 months. No, wait, October, November, December. Yeah, so I had about 4 months to get to know these people. And they've honestly become some of my closest friends. And it's really very helpful to get to know people who are going through the exact same thing you are right now, because they totally understand everything you're feeling, everything you're going through, and it's so nice to have people who are just as obsessed about it as you are. And granted, there are going to be people like that in your family, but not everybody is going to agree with what you're doing. And it will get really hard towards the end, and you'll go, why did I do this? And then you talk to them more and more, you're like, that's why. Like, if there was a way all my friends could get to Florida and I would do it in a heartbeat. Just because I can't even put into words how much those guys mean to me. But do the Hangouts, get on the Facebook pages, and yes, there is going to be a lot of drama. Just don't acknowledge it. Just leave it alone. But it's so worth it, and it's such a good resource. But do it. It's so worth it. I can't stress enough how worth it is. So, still waiting to hear back. There's been waves, at least a little trickle of people, I think almost every weekday, except for like Monday and Tuesday. I don't think anyone heard then. Disneyland people were hearing back on Wednesday. I didn't think there was any Florida people. And then on Thursday, there was a tiny trickle of Florida people, but today it seems like there's been a huge wave of Florida, both fall and fall advantage. So check your email, check your dash. It's totally worth it. Just do it. I haven't heard back yet, but it's only been about a week since my phone interview. There have been people that had their phone interview the first day, which I think was like the 28th of January, and they still haven't heard back yet. So don't lose hope. We still got until April 20th. Try to get your mind off of it, which I know is really hard to do, because trust me, I do it too. But relax. It's all going to be okay. Anyway, but if you want to, I am on Instagram. It's Jungle Cruise Junkie, just like it's spelled up there. And feel welcome to follow me. I haven't posted in a while, but I'm going to here one of these days. I've just been really busy with school and work and stuff. So that's all for today, and I hope to talk to you guys real soon, because hopefully that means good stuff. Yeah, I hope so. Anyway, we'll talk to you real soon. Bye.